Members of the U.S. Senate have said they would vote to expel a potential colleague before he is even seated after a series of allegations about inappropriate or predatory relationships with teenage girls. Roy Moore is an iconoclastic conservative Republican from Alabama running to replace now Attorney General Jeff Sessions. But the former judge is accused of preying on 5 different teenage girls when he was a prosecutor in his 30s. Republican and Democratic senators alike have demanded Moore step aside for another candidate before the December 12 election day. If he refuses to withdraw and wins, the Senate should vote to expel him, Colorado Senator Cory Gardner said. If the choice is between Roy Moore and a Democrat, I would run to the polling place to vote for the Democrat, Arizona Senator Jeff Flake tweeted. The appearance of grossly reprehensible behavior disqualifies him from service in the United States Senate. If he does not step aside, we need to act to protect the integrity of the Senate, tweeted Indiana's Todd Young. All 3 senators are Republicans. The 5 now grown women have all alleged that Moore kissed, groped or forced himself upon them in the 1970s. The latest accusation comes from a woman named Beverly Young Nelson, who released a statement overnight detailing an encounter when she was a 15-year-old waitress at an Alabama diner in 1977. Ms. Nelson accepted a lift home from Moore knowing he was a prominent local legal official, but alleged he forced himself upon her. I tried to open my car door to leave, but he reached over and locked it so I could not get out, she wrote. I tried fighting him off, while yelling at him to stop, but instead of stopping he began squeezing my neck, attempting to force my head onto his crotch. I continued to struggle. I was determined that I was not allow him to force me to have sex with him. At some point he gave up. He then looked at me and said, "You are a child. I am the district attorney of Etowah County. If you tell anyone about this, no one will believe you." It has been reported by The New Yorker that Moore was banned from the Gadsden Mall and the YMCA for allegedly soliciting sex from teenage girls. Moore's campaign vociferously denied the allegations, focusing their response on Ms. Nelson's lawyer, the well-known sexual harassment attorney Gloria Allred. Gloria Allred is a sensationalist leading a witch hunt, and she is only around to create a spectacle, campaign chairman Bill Armistead said. Moore would be the first senator to be expelled since 1862, when a litany of politicians were booted from Washington for their support of the Confederate Rebellion. But Moore has refused to stand aside, lashing out in response. The person who should step aside is Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Moore tweeted hours ago. He has failed conservatives and must be replaced. Drain the swamp. But while out-of-state politicians have turned their backs on Moore, he still has the support of many Republicans. The Bezos Amazon Washington Post that dropped that dime on Donald Trump is the same Bezos Amazon Washington Post that dropped the dime this afternoon on Judge Roy Moore, former Trump staffer Steve Bannon said. Now, is that a coincidence?